And with that, we thank you for joining us here at 6. I'm Fred Shropshire.
And I'm Vanessa Rufus. There are just 6 days until Election Day, if you can believe it here. Candidates and organizations have been doing all they can to get their final messages across, but now a misleading election message, and it comes by way of text to voters in 5 states, including about 12,000 people right here in North Carolina.
The messages were sent on behalf of Voto Latino, Black Votes Matter, and Voting Futures. The messages creating challenges ahead of the election next week. WCNC Charlotte's Chloe Leshner is joining us live in Uptown. Chloe, advocacy groups for Latino voters are especially concerned right now.
Yeah, Fred, new polling done by a nonpartisan group shows that there is a lot of mis and disinformation spreading among the Latino community right now, and there are concerns that it could impact voter turnout. Out of the 7.4 million registered voters in North Carolina, 3.5% identify as Hispanic. It's a growing population.
North Carolina, for example, we're expecting over 100,000 Latino voters to cast their ballots this year. That represents essentially a 100% increase from back in 2014. So we've seen a huge increase in our power, really, when it comes, and our influence when it comes to elections.
Julio Rivera with the Naleo Educational Fund says new polling shows mis and disinformation about the elections are spreading throughout the Latino community. It could be a threat to voter turnout.
Our main concern is disinformation, misinformation that may confuse voters about the elections processes itself, that really calls into question the security, the how, when, and where to vote.
This week, text messages with incorrect information were sent on behalf of Voto Latino, Black Votes Matter, and Voting Futures. The messages were sent to about 12,000 North Carolinians and led some to believe their polling place on Election Day was changed. In a statement, Movement Labs, the company responsible for sending the texts, said in part they, quote, fell short of our rigorous standards with some of these errors. State elections officials say it's not the only example this election cycle and urge people to double check what they hear.
Any voter, any member of the public should be very careful about clicking on links or trusting what they've received through social media or through a text message. Make sure to just go to those trusted sources of information. And when it comes to elections, that's the State Board of Elections or your County Board of Elections.
And a reminder, you can vote early until Saturday, and you can do that at any of the 24 polling places in Mecklenburg County. But on Election Day, you have to go to your assigned precinct. Live in Uptown, Chloe Leshner, WCNC Charlotte.
Chloe, thank you. And coming up tonight at 6:30 on WCNC Plus, you can catch a special on what's at stake this midterm. It'll focus on the implications of the 2022 midterm election outcomes over the next 2 years. Again, that is on WCNC Plus, which you can find on Fire TV or Roku. And remember, WCNC Charlotte is your election headquarters. If you have any questions, text the word election to 704-329-3600 and we'll send you our complete voter guide.